Surrounded by Idiots, by Thomas Erikson. This summary is brought to you by Hook My Book. This book is about communication and how to improve relationships with others. It is written by Thomas Erikson, an expert in the field, and it offers a simple way to assess how people are communicating with each other. There are 4 personality types, and Erikson discusses how each type of person communicates, and how to best communicate with them. He also offers tips on body language, written communication, and when to back down or push forward. Human communication is difficult because everyone interprets things differently. We can't always control how people interpret what we say, but by being aware of how people want to be treated, we can be more effective in our communication. The author explains that in order to communicate with someone, you must first understand their frame of reference and how they process information. Additionally, you must be flexible and understand how the other person wants to be communicated to in order to create a secure environment for communication. Different behavior patterns create dynamism in our lives. When we are in a certain behavior pattern, we are more likely to act the same in other situations. However, there is no right or wrong behavior. Each person is who they are, and there is no point in wondering why. In situations where all the other people are just like us, we can just be ourselves. However, in situations where we are alone, we can be whatever we want. People inherit traits from their parents and other relatives and learn attitudes and behaviors from their experiences. Core values and attitudes are deeply embedded in our character and are difficult to change, while core behavior is how we act in complete freedom, without the influence of any external factors. Disa, an acronym that stands for Dominance, Inducement, Submission, and Analytic Ability System. The Disa system is a set of policies and procedures that are used by the United States government to manage the flow of information. There are 4 main behavioral categories, each associated with a color. 80% of the population has a combination of 2 colors that dominate their behavior, 5% have only 1 color that dominates, and the rest are dominated by 3 colors. Throughout the book, the author focuses on the single colors individually, because they are the fundamental components of a person's behavior. The book is like a recipe, and we need to understand all of the ingredients before we bake the cake. Red behavior. A red person is a dynamic and driven individual that is always pushing themselves harder. They have goals in life that others may find difficult to even imagine, and they strive forward, always pushing themselves harder. They often have a competitive nature and are always on the go. Reds are very straightforward and honest people. They see no need to sugarcoat or deceive others. They are very competitive and enjoy winning competitions. This kind of intensive and competitive behavior often upsets other people because they think it is all about dominating and suppressing others. Nothing could be further from the truth. His intentions were almost never malicious. He just wanted to win. This can be a challenge for other people, who may feel intimidated or irritated by Reds. Reds are quick thinkers and move on long before everyone else. They are impatient and hate wasting time. And are great at making quick decisions and always doing something. They are very ambitious and want to achieve the most in their lives. They also have a strong sense of self and don't care what others think. Reds are good at sales and are unafraid of taking on difficult tasks. Reds are determined, strong-willed, and results-oriented. They are not afraid to make decisions and are not intimidated by obstacles. Reds are good at communicating and are usually easy to identify. Some of their strengths include their determination, strength of will, and ability to quickly think through solutions. There are also downsides to being a red, such as being impatient and chaotic. If you want to get to know some famous red people, consider Steve Jobs, Venus Williams, or Margaret Thatcher. Yellow behavior. A person who is described as a sanguine person is optimistic, cheerful, and lives for the moment. They are often talkative and often have good stories to share. They are also typically touchy-feely and good-natured. Yellows are very popular and often make everyone around them feel happy. Yellows are optimistic, social people who are always looking for the good in people and things. They are outgoing and can be very persuasive. They have a lot of energy and are always looking for ways to have fun. Yellows are very creative and persuasive. They can see solutions where others do not and have the unique ability to twist and turn things. They move quickly and have a rich and varied way of gesticulating which can convince you not just with their words, but with their entire body. They are skilled rhetoricians and often use vivid and colorful imagery when they speak, which appeals to all five senses and creates an impression that is felt by the whole body. Famous people who exhibit clear yellow traits include Oprah Winfrey, Robin Williams, Ellen DeGeneres. Green behavior. The green person is the most average person and is easy to deal with. They are the most balanced out of the other colors and are usually the most laid back. They usually strive to fit in and are tolerant of others' more singular behavior. A green is a person who is good at listening and who cares about others. They usually work in the public sector and are usually relational people. They are usually good team players and are usually the best listeners. Greens are usually not very good at change, but they are usually able to adjust. Greens are usually friendly people who care about others. A green person is reliable and does their job well without a lot of fuss or drama. They are stable and enjoy predictability. Whenever there is trouble, reds, who never listen to the whole message, yell, and blues, who sit at their desks and begin the bureaucratic paperwork, will be seen. Greens, however, will just murmur. Greens are good listeners. They are interested in what other people have to say, and they understand what people are saying. This makes them good candidates for jobs that involve listening to people. Mr. Rogers, Gandhi, Michelle Obama, and Jimmy Carter are some well-known people with elements of green. Blue behavior. A blue is someone who is very smart and knows a lot of information. They are usually very calm and collected and are not very talkative. They like to be organized and keep everything in order. They also tend to be pessimistic and see risks and errors. Blues are known for their meticulousness and attention to detail. They are usually not very assertive and prefer to work things out quietly. This can sometimes lead to them missing important details or not being able to make quick decisions. Examples of blue: Bill Gates and Albert Einstein, who used their attention to detail and meticulous nature to build their success. Body language. Different body language signals different emotions or attitudes. For example, if someone has a relaxed posture, they may be seen as confident. If someone has a shrunken posture, it could be interpreted as resignation or disappointment. If someone has an erect posture, they may be seen as dominant. However, there are other signals that can be interpreted too. For example, when someone nods or shakes their head, this can indicate if they agree or disagree. When someone listens carefully, they may lean their head to one side. When someone is amazed, they may raise their eyebrows, and when someone is not fond of something, they may turn their nose up. Finally, different people behave in different ways, and sometimes it can be difficult to understand or communicate with them. However, it is important to remember that everyone is different and that it is okay to be yourself. Communication is often a matter of adapting to others. End of the summary. Thanks for listening.